Hello everyone, I'm Rachna Sharma and you are watching Foodtech Geeks, where I upload videos, lectures, tutorials, demo videos all related to food science and technology. So I have come up with a new series on this channel that is most expected questions for Foodtech competitive exams, especially for Food Safety Officer exam, ICAR NET exam and ICAR ARS exam. So in this series, I will be uploading videos which will be having 20 questions each, and those questions will be either from the previous year question papers or which are most expected to be asked, and all the videos will be having 20 questions with proper explanation. So let's start with the first video of our series. So the question one is, major carbohydrate of rice is glucose, fructose, starch and pectin. So if we go by these options, glucose and fructose are monosaccharides while starch is the polysaccharide. So the correct answer is option C, that is starch. Because starch is the most common form of carbohydrate which is present in food, and it is a polysaccharide made up of two units. One is amylose and the another one is amylopectin. So the difference between amylose and amylopectin is their structure. So if I talk about amylose, it is a linear chain structure which is having alpha 1 and alpha 4 glycosidic bonds, while amylopectin is branched in structure. It has alpha 1,4 glycosidic bonds. Along with that, it has also alpha 1,6 glycosidic bonds. And due to these bonds and these structures, the properties of both differ. So due to these difference in the structure, there is a difference in their property. Amylose is less water soluble as compared to amylopectin. So if I talk about its application in our journal life, so you must be very well aware of different varieties of rice. Like basmati is very popular variety because it is rich in amylose content. And what I have earlier said, that amylose is less water soluble. As amylose is less water soluble, it will give your rice non-sticky. So we know basmati rice is famous for its non-stickiness. So that is why basmati is non-sticky rice, because it has amylose higher as compared to amylopectin. While if we compare that with another variety of rice, that is sticky rice or also known as glutinous rice, they are having low content of amylose but higher content of amylopectin. And due to this high content of amylopectin, they are sticky in nature because amylopectin results in stickiness. So that is why there is a difference between the physical characteristics of various rice varieties. So if I talk about which one is better for a human body, so a body takes longer time to digest the rice which is high in amylose content. While if we talk about the sticky rice which are having high amylopectin content, so those can be digested by our body in a lesser time. So this quick digestion can lead to spike in blood sugar level, and that is not desirable in the patients of diabetes. So that is why basmati rice is preferred over sticky rice as a point of health also. So that is why they are preferable as compared to sticky rices. So that is the explanation to this question. Let's move on to second question, which says conditioning of cereals means wetting, drying, steaming, wetting and drying. So here I have given this flow chart. Whenever we mill the cereals, there is one important step that is known as conditioning, and that is done in a very initial stages. We are having our cereal grains. So first we clean those and then we subject it to the process known as conditioning. And after that conditioning, we pass our grains from the rollers to break down them, to extract the endosperm and to remove the bran and husk layer, all those layers. So this is an important step in cereals milling. So now the correct answer is option D, that is wetting and drying. Conditioning is also known as tempering. What we do in this step, we treat the grain with water and heat. We both give the heat treatment and water treatment. Due to this treatment, there will be some physical changes in the structure of the grain. The bran, the outermost layer, will get tough, while the endosperm will get mellow down. So when these changes take place, it will improve the efficiency of flour extraction. How? Because the coat, the outer coat, the bran part, it will become viscous and elastic, while the inner endosperm, the main part which we are desiring for our flour, that will become mellowy, and that will result in the better separation of the bran layer and the endosperm, and that will increase the efficiency of milling. So that is why conditioning is very important step in flour making in cereal milling. So let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. Hull is the synonym of. So it is related to the structure of rice. Here I have given a picture also. This brown part which are you seeing is known as hull. So you have to answer like hull is also known as endosperm, bran, husk, germ. So the correct answer is option C, that is husk. So for this, first let's give a brief glance at what is the structure of rice. So here you can see the different components of rice structure. The one which is the outermost is known as rice husk, and this husk part is known as the hull, which is in the previous picture I have shown the brown part. So this is removed, it is the outer coat, and inside this is the bran part. Yes, it is that bran part from where we extract the oil, and it is known as rice bran oil. And after that it is white rice, that is also known as endosperm, the desirable part, the milled rice which we always brought up at our home, that is known as the milled rice, that is the endosperm part. And inside that endosperm part there is a little bit portion of rice germ. So this is the overall structure of rice. So the husk or the hull are the same thing, we can use that interchangeably, that husk are also known as hull and hull is known as husk. So this is the answer to this question. Next question is, bran oil is rich source of. Bran oil means the rice bran oil. The oil which is being extracted from the rice bran part is known as rice bran oil. So it is rich source of vitamin D, riboflavin, vitamin E and vitamin K. So the correct answer is option C. So vitamin E is also known as tocopherol, and it is known as natural antioxidant, and that is why it is having a very vital role in the functioning of our immune system. It is having a number of benefits, and that is one of the most important function of the vitamin E in human body. So bran oil is a rich source of natural antioxidant, that is vitamin E, and it is also a very good source of poly and mono unsaturated fat, and they are very important for our body, which helps to lower down the bad cholesterol. So it has got a lot of benefits. So this is the answer to this question. Next question. Sweetened juice contains how much percentage of juice? See, these type of questions are very much important. You should know the composition of various type of beverages like fruit juices, nectar, cordial and squash. So there are different varieties of beverages. It is very important for you to know the composition of all these juices, like what is the sugar content, what is the TSS, what is the acidity, what is the percentage of juice. So if we talk about this question, so the sweetened juice contains 85% of juice and 10% of TSS. So as the name suggests, sweetened juice, it means sugar has been added to this to raise its TSS, total soluble solids content, and that is why its content of juice is 85% and the TSS is 10%, and that sugars, acids are added to balance out the acid to sugar ratio, to balance out its taste, to balance out its acid to sugar ratio. We add certain sugar to this, and that is why these type of juices are known as sweetened juice. Next question. Water soluble vitamins are. Options are vitamin A and D, vitamin E and K, both options none. So if we go by the classification of vitamins, so they can be classified as water soluble vitamins and fat soluble vitamins. So the answer to this question is option D. None of the vitamins are water soluble here, because if we talk about the classification, there are water soluble and fat soluble. So the vitamin B and vitamin C are water soluble. Rest all other vitamins are fat soluble vitamins, and therefore in the previous question the answer was none of the above, because vitamin C and vitamin B are the water soluble vitamins. Rest all other are fat soluble vitamins. Next question. Rag is the byproduct of apple, citrus fruit, apricot and grape. So in our fruit industry and fruit and vegetable processing industry, a lot of byproducts are generated every day, and also they are having a lot of application in food system also, and that is being in the process only. A lot of researches are being done how to maximize the use of byproducts. So if we talk about rags, so rags are the byproduct of citrus fruit. So if we talk about rags, first understand the structure of the citrus fruit. I have taken this orange example. So here you can see the various parts. If we talk about the sacs, the fruits, the juice sacs, they are giving us the sac, and after that everything is a type of byproduct. The peels, the albedo part, the flavido part, the seeds and the segment wall, everything is the byproduct. So rag is the white stringy fiber that surrounds the segments of citrus fruit. Here you can see the segment wall. In the diagram you can see the segment wall. So these segment wall are the white stringy fiber, and these are known as rags. Next question. TSS content of jelly is. So jelly is a semi-solid food product. It is prepared by boiling clear strained fruit extract, the fruit juice, and it is free from any pulp, seed, all other impurities, and we add certain pectin, sugar and acid in a fixed amount, and that's how a jelly is prepared. So the TSS content is very very important to monitor, because if it exceeds or it decrease, then there will be a problem in the texture of the jelly. So the TSS of a jelly is option D, 65%. Next question. Richest source of vitamin C among the fruits are. So all these are a good source of vitamin C, but if we talk about the one among them, so the answer is option B, Barbados cherry. So this is how a Barbados cherry looks like. So it is a very high and good source of vitamin C. 100 gram of Barbados cherry can give you around 1677 mg of vitamin C, and that is about 1864% of daily recommended intake. That much amount of vitamin C content it has. So if we take 2 or 3 cherries per day, it will fulfill vitamin C daily requirement. So that's much amount of vitamin C it has. Next question. Fruit known as butter fruit is. So there are various fruits, and among them you have to find out that which fruit is known as butter fruit. So the answer is option C, avocado. So this is how a avocado looks like. You all must be very well aware of this. So these avocado are rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, and these monounsaturated fatty acids are also known as good fat, because they help to lower down the bad cholesterol of the blood. So that is why it is very important and healthy option, and that presence of these monounsaturated fatty acids give it a creamy and smooth texture, and that is why it is known as butter fruit. Next question. Pigment in jamun. So these are jamuns. So you can see the color is violet purplish color. So the pigment which is responsible for this color is option A, anthocyanins. Anthocyanins are the pigments which are responsible for red, purple and blue color. So all the fruits and vegetables which are of red, purple or blue color are having anthocyanins. Other examples are brinjal and that red cabbage, the purple cabbage, all these are having anthocyanins as their pigment. And the thing about jamun is that it is very good for diabetic people. So all those people who are having sugar problem, diabetes, should consume jamun. It is very very healthy option in that disease. So now the next question is, ripening of fruits is due to which gas? Very easy question. We all are very well aware of this. So the answer is ethylene gas. It is known as ripening gas. So in the storage houses also, where the fruits are being stored for the ripening process, ethylene gas is used for their ripening process. And also you must have observed in your house, like whenever you having unripe bananas and you place them, and along with those unripe bananas, if you place some ripe bananas there, so you will see that those unripe bananas will get ripened fast, because as the fruit ripened, it produces ethylene gas, and that will help in the ripening of other fruits also. So this gas is being produced by fruits naturally also, and we can use that synthetically also to ripen the fruits fast. So the option is option A, ethylene. Next question, which one of the following is class 1 preservative? So we know that preservatives are all those various compounds which we add to our food product for various functions, either to increase the shelf life, to increase the taste, to increase the flavors, to to improve the texture. So the preservatives are used for various functions. So broadly they can be classified as class 1 preservatives and class 2 preservatives. So here we have to find out that which one is the class 1 preservative. So before going to the answer, let's first discuss what is class 1 preservative and what is class 2 preservative. So this is very simple. Class 1 preservatives are all those preservatives which are natural. In the kitchen, the natural spices, the natural compounds which are present, for example, salt, sugar, oil, all these are class 1 preservatives, while class 2 preservatives are all the various chemicals, the synthetic chemicals which we use in our food system to improve the shelf life. So all those are class 2 preservative. So here with the examples we can see that only the sugar is the natural component, so the sugar is the correct answer. Sugar is class 1 preservative, so the answer is option C. And all the various organic acids which are present in our food, like lemon has citric acid, so all these also are the example of class 1 preservative. Next question, enzymatic browning in apple is due to. So we know that there is a problem of browning in fruits and vegetables, especially in cut fruits. Here you can see I have given a picture also. The half side of apple is fresh, while the other half side is browned apple. It has undergone the browning reaction. So this browning reaction, this enzymatic browning reaction is due to, so there are various enzymes, oxidase, catalase, polyphenol oxidase, protease. So the correct answer is option C, that is polyphenol oxidase. So it is also commonly known as PPO enzyme. So most of the fruit are having polyphenol oxidase naturally present in them, and when we cut the fruit, they come in contact with oxygen, and when they come in contact with oxygen, they will rapidly oxidize naturally occurring polyphenol compounds in the apple tissues. Fruits are having various polyphenol compounds, so these PPO enzyme will oxidize those polyphenolic compounds into a compound which is known as oquinone. However, this oquinone is a colorless compound, but this oquinone will later convert to melanin, and this melanin is a brown pigment which is responsible for this brown color. So that is how enzymatic browning reaction takes place in several cut fruits, and this is very prominent in apple, pears, brinjal, and there are so many examples. Next question, cold sterilization of food is due to. So there various techniques are given: freezing, irradiation, vaccine, and chilling. The correct answer is having this symbol. Before going on to the answer, what is sterilization? We know that sterilization is a process in which we completely destruct all the viable microbial cells in the food. This is sterilization. However, sterilization is a high heat treatment technique in which we give a high treatment and the temperature rises. So why this cold sterilization term is being used? So the correct answer is irradiation. Irradiation is a technique in which we use ionizing radiations to kill the viable microbial cells. So it is having the same function as that of sterilization. In sterilization also we completely destruct all the viable microbial cells, but in that we use high heat treatment. But in irradiation we are doing the same thing. We are killing all the viable microbial cells, but instead of heat we are using ionizing radiations, and due to this the temperature is not rising. As the temperature is not rising to a very high level, it is known as cold sterilization. Therefore, irradiation is also known as cold sterilization. Next question. Roasting process is employed in making of coffee, milk, jam, chips. So roasting is very important step in the making of coffee. So the answer is Option A, coffee. So roasting is the stage at which the characteristic flavor of coffee is developed. So therefore it is very important step in coffee powder making. Next question is, yellow color of cow milk is due to the presence of. You must have been observed that the buffalo milk is very white in color. However, the cow milk is slightly yellowish in color. Also the cow milk ghee is also yellow in color. So here also in this picture you can see the difference between the color of buffalo milk and the cow milk. So the difference in this color is due to the presence of a specific pigment in cow milk. So the answer to this question is option B. So the presence of carotene makes the milk of cow slightly yellowish. So this carotenoid are fat soluble vitamins. In the system of cow, the feed affects the color of milk. So as the feed is rich in carotenoid, the milk will also be rich in carotenoid, and that is why it is having slightly yellowish color. So the answer is carotene. Next question. Enzyme coagulated milk product is dahi, paneer, chena, cheese. So in dahi, we add a culture that is having microbes in it. In paneer, at home also you must have observed, in paneer we squeeze a lemon. So in this we add acid. Chena is same as paneer. The difference is that only chena is having high moisture content as compared to paneer. If we talk about cheese, it is enzyme coagulated milk protein. In this we use a enzyme known as rennet, and that will help in the coagulation of milk, and thus the cheese will be manufactured. So the correct answer is option D, that is cheese. Next question is, milk boils dash than water. So this concept I have covered in the lecture 1 in series of food fundamentals, where we talk that if we increase the amount of solutes, there will be an elevation in boiling point. So as the amount of solute increases, the boiling temperature of a particular solution will also increase. So water is not having so many solutes as such, while milk is having a lot of solutes. It has protein, sugars, calcium, and number of minerals. So that is why it is having more solutes, so its boiling point will be higher as compared to water. Therefore the answer is slowly option A. Last question of this video is, what is game meat? A new term. What is a game meat? So the options are meat for sports person, meat obtained from the animals used in games. For example, horse. Horse is an animal which is being very commonly used in games. So is the game meat is the meat obtained from animals used in games, or meat of wild animals, or it is a word used in cricket. So the correct answer to this question is option C, that is meat of wild animals. So the non-domesticated farm-raised wild animals or birds that are slaughtered and commercially sold for food is known as game meat. So this is the meaning of game meat. So that is it for today's video, guys. I hope this video will help you a lot in your preparations, and we will be coming with more such videos, and we will be having a lot number of questions. So stay tuned for more updates, and please share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.